Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another great day to discuss other people's excellence. I'm the unforgettable one himself, Mr. Brett Carroll, and I'm just the guy that likes BSing at work. All right, we're back with rounds two and three. We'll have a quick recap of rounds one. I'm just gonna go over the top five and then I'll go over the trades. Again, go back and watch round one, the round one video for all the synopsis. So Shador going number one, Cam to the Raiders, Cam Ward going number two to the Giants, Tedero McMillan going number three to the Patriots, Mason Graham going four to the Panthers, and Travis Hunter going to the Jaguars. Abdul Card, I do gotta mention that, going to the Bengals. Jeez, help me. Um, we didn't have our first trade until 16, with Denver moving up with Arizona to get Luther Burden. And then with that trade back, the Cardinals took Jalen Walker at 22. Then Seattle at 23 traded back with Green Bay so they can get Siobhan Ravel. And then with that trade back to 26, Seattle took Jonas Savai'a, I'm sorry, I know I butchered that name, tackle out of Arizona. So we are now here in the second round. And here we go. Right off the bat, I think if you are the Raiders, you have Brock Bowers, you now have your quarterback of the future with Shador. Why not take a guy like Caleb Johnson? You're seeing the loss of Josh Jacobs and what he's been able to do. Um, Caleb Johnson's a beast. I kind of like it. Go ahead and take Caleb Johnson and give yourself a dynamic offense. All right, the Giants. In this, I have Josh Simmons going back to school, so that's why he is still on the board. Um, Today Barron is still here. I kind of want to take him. And maybe that's what we do. Let me see the tackles that are left. We have 66. Yeah, this tackle class is not that good. You could take John Connolly here, Josh Connolly here, Johnny Cornelius here. Donovan Jackson wouldn't be bad here either. Um, but Jahdae Barron, I think, is just too good to stay here on, to stay on the board here. So we're gonna take Jahdae Barron. All right. Patriots, you took Tedero McMillan in the first round. Now you want to go with some offensive line talent. Again, offensive line talent isn't the greatest, but Tyler Booker is still here. Tate Ratledge is still here. You got some good pieces here. Um, do you want to trade down here and kind of get better value? I mean, it's possible. I don't think you need to. I don't think you necessarily need to. And again, in order to trade down, somebody's gonna want to have to trade up. Uh, is it possible Cleveland would like to be that team? I mean, maybe. You know what? I said last time I am a masochist, and I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna have the Bengals trade up. They got Abdul Carter, but they're not done fixing that offense, that defensive line. They're gonna trade up to add to that defensive line. The question is who I want. Do I want, they have a bevy of they have a bevy of options here. Um, let's just do the Tyleik Williams thing just because of the Ohio State connection. But yeah, Big Ten, Abdul Carter, Big Ten, Tyleik Williams. Again, the Bengals are going to be good in a couple of years. All right. Chicago, they went Kelvin Banks. And so here, yeah, I think this is where you definitely take Tyler Booker or take Ratledge, whoever you like better. Um, I'll just go Tyler Booker here. Uh, again, solidify that defensive line. They got more picks. Again, there's still plenty of defensive interior talent, but they need to make sure that offensive line is good. So boom. All right. The Jacksonville Jaguars already took Travis Hunter. I'm getting again, they're taking him, and I'm thinking they're taking him as a corner who will play a little wide receiver when they want to go, when they want to really spread teams out and just throw a bunch of offensive weapons on the field. So here we will also go and take Ratledge. Again, if you want to switch those two picks, go ahead. Uh, the Titans. This is where Eric Alamaner will be taken. You missed out on Tedero McMillan. This guy is also a really good big body receiver. Boom. Okay, if you were the Jets, you can take Jalen Milroe here. Again, I just don't see. I just don't see it. I just don't see why you would do it. I think you just bring him back. I really do. They took Will Johnson in the first round, so we're good on corner. There's not a time. You could take Harold Fan in here. You could take Harold Fan in here. You could take Harold Fan in here. Uh, they got 96. Yeah, he probably won't be there at 96. Okay, maybe you take Harold Fan in here. Maybe, yeah. All right. Let's take Harold Fan in here at 90 at 39. And because again, we know we can get defensive line talent later in the draft. Okay, if you're the Browns, here's where you could take Milroe. Again, you have Deshaun Watson, so that means he doesn't have to play. You can sit him behind even Jameis Winston if you bring him back and have him learn, have him get better. Kevin Stefanski, assuming he's coming back, I think will be a great coach to get him right. He has all the talent in the world. He's just inconsistent with his play. And I think this is the move. If he's still here, go ahead and take him. You didn't have to trade up. You didn't have to give up any draft capital to get him. Um, you still have two more picks where you can get a receiver. Like I said, there's a lot of good receiver talent here. You got Ashton Genty already. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Okay, Chicago is back here on the board. We already taken care of the offensive line, and now we can get busy with this defensive line. And looky, what I have here. You got Walter Nolan, you got TJ Sanders, uh, you got Derek Harmon, you got Deion Walker. Um, yeah, they can get nasty. They can get nasty. I'm gonna go ahead and take Derek Harmon here. He's higher on my board than I guess PFS board, but I'm gonna go ahead and take Derek Harmon here. Okay. Um, this was the trade back. We traded back with the Bengals at 35, and then we're still here, and we still have, we can still get our interior and get a little bit better value for it. Um, I think what they want to do is take one of these tackles and just make them a guard. If Yeah, I think you just take Donovan Jackson. Wait, who else is here? I just want to make sure. Bamboo is still here. Emory Jones is still here. I think Emory Jones is strictly a guard though. Yeah, let's take Donovan Jackson. Just wanted to make sure, you know. Okay. The Saints again. They got Nick Scariton, but they need defensive line help so they can continue to work on that defensive line. I think they want to go receiver here too, though. Get a bigger body receiver. They kind of don't have that. Eric Alamier being off the board kind of hurts. But Trey Harris is here, 6'3", 210. I think that's something that they need on their offense. They don't have that. So let's go ahead and do that. Uh, the Cowboys, they went Isaiah Bond. So now we can look at the running backs. Quinshon Judkins is still here. Travion Henderson is still here. Ollie Gordy's still here. Why not go back to the well with the Ohio State guys? Let's do Travion Henderson. Why not? Okay. The Dolphins went offensive line in the first round. So we are going to get them a corner here. Trey Amos is still on the board. Maxwell Hairston is still on the board. Isaiah Thomas is still on the board. Darian Porter, I haven't seen him, but I heard he's rising in a lot of people's eyes. Um, but I haven't seen him. I'm gonna go Azariah Thomas. I try to say what would a team do. I'm just gonna assume they're gonna have more tape on Azariah Thomas than anybody else. Obviously with the Florida State connections. So we're gonna go with that. All right. The Colts took Malachi Starks, if I remember correctly. They did. Okay. So with that being said, they got some options here. They don't need a safety anymore. The tight ends kind of fall off. So that's one of the reasons why you kind of want to take a tight end in the first round if you need one. Because once those first three are gone, you're kind of screwed. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Mason Taylor's not bad though. Mason Taylor's not bad. 55 targets for 500 yards. So, I mean, producing more and more and more every year. 6'5", 255. Yeah, let's do that. That's not bad. I think if you really need a tight end, you got to take one early. Um, because this is not a good tight end class. All right, the Falcons, they took Mikael Williams, I believe, edge rusher. Let me just make sure. Sorry. Yeah. Yep, they took Mikael Williams. So we are going to is there another linebacker I want to take? Jahad Campbell is still here. Barry Carr is kind of slipping. Yeah, kind of don't. Kobe King had a really good game against Oregon. He might be rising up boards. He might be rising up boards. Um, you could take Campbell here. Yeah, I think you do that again. This isn't, and they don't have a third round pick. Yeah, I think you got to do it. As good as this defensive class here, the linebacker class is not that great. So if you need a linebacker, you probably should take one early. Okay, the Cardinals, they traded back in the first round, and with that trade back, they got Jalen Walker, linebacker. So yeah, again, if you need a linebacker, take one early. Um, so now we can focus on this defensive interior and this defensive line. They can use some edge help. Princely, let's get him off the board ASAP. So boom. Okay, the 49ers having a somewhat of a surprisingly bad year. They went Wyatt My oh, I do like that pick. Wyatt Milam for them. I think I guess you just keep plugging away at this offensive line, right? You got your tackle. Jaden Roberts is still here. Yeah, Parker Bracelet is a center. I think they don't need center. They can get corner later. Is there another tackle that I would like to take just to make a guard? Oh yeah, maybe this is where you take a Johnny Cornelius or a Josh Connolly. Yeah, let's do that. Yep. Okay, and remember, I said you're gonna get one of your South Carolina defensive linemen, and here he is. Kyle Kennard is here, and we're just gonna take him. We're just gonna wipe our hands with that. So now we have our nasty defensive line, and I mean nasty defensive line. Derek Brown's already there. We drafted Mason Graham in the first round. Now we got Kyle Kennard on edge. We still need another edge rusher, but trust and believe we can get one. Um, Still need some corners. We'll be all right. We're cooking with some gas here. And again, we have mad picks in the fourth and fifth round. So best believe before this video is over, they will be trading up, maybe multiple times. Okay, Buccaneers in the first round. What did we do? James Pierce Jr. Love that. Okay, cool. Okay, you're not gonna get a tight end because all the tight ends are gone. But the corners are not gone, so we can now. Oh, Trey Amos is still here. Ain't life beautiful? I know they went Benjamin Morrison. Uh, they need an edge, and we're gonna go ahead and take an edge. With JT Tumalala? Is that what I want to do? Over Landon Jackson? Yeah, I think I want JT Tumalala. Replace Chase Young with another Ohio State edge rusher. Okay. The Chargers went tight end because they knew they can get defensive interior. And look at this. Walter Nolan, TJ Sanders is still here. Deion Walker is still here. Shamar Turner is still here. Oh my goodness. Take your pick. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna flip a coin here. I'm gonna go Walter Nolan for no other reason. If you want that to be TJ Sanders, make it TJ Sanders. Whatever floats your boat, man. Okay, the Broncos are on the board. They traded up to get Luther Burden. Now let's do we just go ahead and take TJ Sanders here? Do we just make this easy for ourselves and be done with this? Deion Walker's still on the board. Samar Turner's still here. Uh, we're not going tight end. We're not going tackle, right? You could go Josh. Wait, yeah, yeah, wait. You could go Armand Membu. They don't have a third round pick. We traded up. Yeah, maybe you gotta go tackle here. Maybe you gotta go tackle here to make sure that you get a guy to help protect your quarterback. And you know what? It's Sean Payton. He's gonna prefer to fix the offense before he fixes the defense. All right, we're gonna go Ahmad Mambu here. Yep. Okay, Seattle. They traded back in the first round, and they got their tackle and Jonathan Samuel. Yeah. Um, I think they might want to trade back again. There's just not a lot of great offensive line talent, and so I think they rather just collect picks and get more picks. Would you draft? See, this is where if you do you just draft a quarterback here? Do you just draft Garrett Nussmeyer, I'm sorry, and try to develop him for the future, or Quinn Ewers and try to develop him for the future? No. See, that's another thing. I've learned from this 22 from remember the Kenny Pickett draft. Kenny Pickett was the only quarterback taken in the first two rounds. So I just don't see teams reaching on quarterbacks if they don't think they're that good. So I'm not gonna have them take a quarterback just because just because, right? But at the same time, you could just go best player available. But I have been hearing good things about this North Dakota State kid. Let's go ahead and take him. If nothing else, between him and the guy you took in the first round, one of them could probably be your guard, one of them could probably be your tackle. If you're the Ravens, you were taking a corner here for sure. Oh yeah, Darian Porter's still here. Anybody else still here just to make sure? Maxwell Harrison's still here. How big is this Darian Porter guy? 6'4", 200. Okay, well, yep. He's a Raven. Jesus. Okay. Yikes. Do you go back to back? Shamar Turner, we took, what's his name in the first round, right? We took the other tech. Yeah, we took Shamar Stewart. Do you also just take Shamar Turner? Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Green Bay. Green Bay. They took Siobhan Ravel. They traded up to take Siobhan Ravel in the first round. Uh, this is their last pick, so they got to make this count. Uh, I think they want to get a tackle, but again, I just don't. Oh, Josh Connerly is still here. Blake Miller's still here. Yeah, I think you got to make sure you take your tackle. Let's get Josh Connerly. All right, Steelers. Here is where so in a perfect world, the Steelers just throw T. Higgins the bag and get a receiver, so we don't even have to get a receiver. In a perfect world. I don't know why it says we need linebacker. We don't need linebacker. We have Patrick Queen and we have Peyton Wilson. We could take a corner here. In a perfect world, we throw the bag at T. Higgins and we don't need a receiver. Perfect world, we take TJ Sanders here and just laugh all the way to the bank. Problem is, I can't assume we're gonna get T. Higgins. We have a lot of cap space, but we have a lot of players that potentially could be re-signed. I think we bring Russ back. They're saying they might even bring back Justin Fields as well, which I wouldn't mind. I don't think he'll be that expensive. I think you gotta pay George Pickens. He has another year left on his deal, but I just Pickens is weird because they need him, but his temperament might make them hesitant to pay him right away. But also his temperament might make them say we gotta pay him right away because the last thing we need is him being pissed off that he doesn't have a new deal. Because then what? Then what are we dealing with? So I feel like we pay him. There's a world where they pay Najee. Najee's the opposite of George Pickens, where he is such a leader in that locker room, and they value that a lot. So do they just throw him the bag? That's what I'm saying. There's a world where they eat up all their cap space just re-signing the players they need to re-sign. Dante Jackson's a free agent. They're gonna have to re-sign him. He's been playing well for them. They're gonna have to re-sign him. I don't think it's gonna cost that much, but still, that's still money. So I feel like you gotta take a receiver here. The problem is if you take a receiver here by 91, I know I've been talking about how good this defensive interior class is, but like they're flying off the board. So by 91, you're not getting the defensive interior you want. And TJ Sanders is sitting right here. Deion Walker's not going to be there at 91. TJ Sanders is not going to be there at 91. I've never seen him play. I'm sure they have tape on him because they like their Ohio slash Midwest slash players. He could be there at 91, maybe. You know they like Notre Dame players. There's still plenty of receivers. You can get a receiver in the third round, most likely. Okay, I think we take TJ Sanders here and laugh our way to the bank. I think that's what you got to do. Best player available, third round, you got to get a receiver. Again, assuming you didn't have enough money to just throw T. Higgins the bag. If you had enough money to throw T. Higgins the bag, then we definitely take T.J. Sanders here, and then you take a running back in the third round. Because if you threw money at T. Higgins, that means you probably didn't re-sign Najee. Although T. Higgins is getting way more money than Najee, that probably means you didn't re-sign Pickens. He was okay with not getting a deal yet, so you were able to sign T. Higgins. Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. You take T.J. Sanders. Again, there hasn't been many receivers that even got drafted yet, so I feel really good about where we're drafting in the third round to get a receiver. So yeah, okay, Buffalo back-to-back picks. Again, this is why you have to take um T.J. Sanders to Buffalo. I know they took Kenneth Grant already, but like they don't need much, and they just need to shore up that defense a little bit and get another receiver. They can do that. They have. Oh, but these are their last two picks. Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Emeka Ibuka's. Oh, I gotta get him off the board. No, I don't. He's gonna go to the Eagles. He's gonna go to the Eagles. Um, I like Jaden. You got Keon Coleman. You could take a Emeka Ibuka. But Shakir's been playing really well in that slot role. So maybe you take more of like a Ty Felton, who's literally Stephon Diggs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now here at 61, it's your last pick. You took Kenneth Grant already. Again, there's no line. Is there another linebacker you like? Is there another linebacker you like? Eh, not really. Not really. You could take one and I know you don't have a third rounder. You can always trade up into the third round. Again, Kobe King played well. He might be rising up board, but I don't think he's going to rise up that far, at least not with that performance. If he continues to play well, he could. You could trade back here, though. Okay, wait a minute. You could trade back here, though. Who's on the board that needs to be taken off the board? Maybe Deion Walker? Is there anybody like itching to take Deion Walker? Nick, oh, is there anybody that needs a safety that's itching to get a safety? The fucking Bengals. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. Plus, if you're the Bills, you're not. Well, then again, didn't they trade with the freaking Chiefs last year? No, no, no. They traded with Carolina. They traded with Carolina. It wasn't the Chiefs. Yeah, it wasn't the Chiefs. It was Carolina. It was Carolina. It was Carolina. But they helped the Chiefs by trading out of their spot. Um, yeah, you're not trading. You're not helping the Bengals. There's no way you're gonna help the Bengals trade up to get the safety they want and the safety they desperately need. Um, but I gotta get him drafted. Who else would want a safety? Maybe the Giants for real. You got your quarterback. Who did we take in the second round for the Giants? Jahad Barron? I mean, I kind of like that. Hold up. I kind of like that trade up. Okay, so you're trading up 61, 66. Well, you were about to say you're not giving up anything crazy. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take. Yeah, Nick Emery out of South Carolina. It's a good trade up for them. Okay, Eagles. Yeah, we're just gonna take a Mecca Buka. We're not even gonna think about it. Good luck, everybody else. They were talking about AJ Brown just said it. We need to work on our passing. There you go. Okay, the Chiefs. They could just take a running back here. Quishon Junkins is still. Jesus help me. Yeah, the Chiefs are just laughing right now. They're just laughing. Okay, the Lions. They took an edge in the first round. Now let's go ahead and take Parker Brailsford and solidify that line. The Raiders, they got their quarterback, they got their running back, they need a corner. Don't mind my brother in the background if you hear that. Maxwell Harrison's still on the board here. Mm, mm, mm. Uh, yeah, I think we just go ahead and take Maxwell Harrison here. All right, Buffalo is back on the clock. They traded down and got some picks. They spread it out because now they have a second and a third round pick. Landon Jackson's still here. Do you just take Landon Jackson? There's a lot of edges still on the board, bro. Again, it's a great edge class. Oh my goodness. I think you just take Landon Jackson, dude. Yeah, because he could kind of play interior too if you want him to. They could kind of put him all over the line. Um, yeah, that's a good pick for Buffalo. Okay, the Patriots are back on the clock. They got Tedero McMillan in the first round, and in the second round, they traded down, right? They traded down and still got Donovan Jackson. That's a good pick for them. And now they have two third round picks to work with. Do you double dip at receiver? I know they kind of have young receivers that they want to kind of keep developing. At the same time, there's so much wide receiver talent. How do you not continue to add to that room and give yourself the best chance to score points? But they could also hold up. Let me cook for a second. They could also go corner here and try to have a nasty corner duo with Gonzalez. I think they do that. Let's do that. Okay, the Panthers are on the clock. They went and got Kyle Kennard. They went and got Mason Graham. They can go. I think you just go edge here. Like there's so much edge talent still on the board. Like there's so much edge talent still on the board. You still got Ashton Galante, uh, Heyman Rutten. Yeah, yeah. Julius Peppers. Anybody? Come on. We're just gonna do that. I forgot. Yeah, again, PFF sometimes I'm much higher on him than PFF. I would have taken him in the second round to be honest with you. Um, but now, but now you got your two edges, both Carolina boys. You got Mason Graham. You got Derek Brown. That's how you create a dynamic defensive line. Um, yeah, that's how you create a dynamic defensive line. Okay, Jacksonville. What did we do with them in the second round? I know they got Travis Hunter in the first. Oh, did they? Oh, and they got Tate Ratledge in the second. So they got some offensive line help. Okay. Um, again, there's just not a lot of offensive line talent. If you need it, I guess you could go Jaden Roberts and double down. And hopefully, maybe he could play center for you. He got hurt. I think he tore his knee, didn't he? Um, you know what? No, I'm not. I want to. I'd rather get better value. Let's go wide receiver and let's get a guy in Xavier Restrepo. Um, I know they're trying to get rid of Christian Kirk. He can play that Christian Kirk role. Let's do that. Okay, Kansas City is back on the board. They got a running back. They got a tight end. Tackle. They do need a tackle. Tackle. Blake Miller's still here. Blake Miller's still here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Blake Miller here. Okay, the Raiders, they're back on the clock and they got corners, they got a running back, they got their quarterback, they got they're good, they're rocking and rolling here. I think I kind of want to go wide receiver for them too. Let's keep adding to weapons to that room. Wells Jr. is still here. Torrey Holt's still. Jalen Royals is still here. There's a lot of weapons that are still here. Uh, do they have a bigger body receiver? They might not. So let's go Jaden Higgins. All right, the Browns. They're here, and again, we're gonna yeah, some of these wide receivers still need to go off the board. Um, Wells Jr. is here. Let's do that. Uh, the Bears could also go receiver if we're being honest, and that could kind of get them out of Keenan Allen's contract. Um, because I think they went offensive. I think the Bears went offensive line both times, correct? Oh no, they did go Derek Harmon, but they had two picks. Yeah, they went Derek Harmon already. And they only had one first round pick, and they took Calvin Banks already. They can go edge here, so let's do that. Let's go edge. Let's go Jared Ivey for the Bears. All right, the Bengals are here. They got uh they got their two edges. They can go defensive interior, and Deion Walker's still on the board, correct? Yeah. Gosh, man. Gosh. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Um, the Saints, they have two more picks. Um, I went receiver with them already, and I went edge in the first round, but they need help on top, all over that defensive line. So let us go ahead and take. Which one do I like more? Hold on. Let's take. No, let's take one more. Let's take one more. We're good. Okay. The Cowboys, they got their running back. They got their wide receiver. Now we can also get with this defensive interior and look at that Texas guy staying in Texas. We love to see it. Washington, they got Benjamin Morrison in the first round. I know that. What did we do in the second? In the second round, JT Tumala. I like that. Okay, so with that being said, again, I'm not really feeling the tackles that are left on the board. Well, again, I think Emory Jones is more of a guard, if we're being honest. Um, but we can take Brandon Kershaw here. Okay, the Colts. They took Malachi Starks in the first round, and then what did I have them do in the second? They took Mason Taylor. Okay, good. 'Cause I was about to say they're kind of screwed if they didn't. Okay, and then as a linebacker, again, not really any good linebackers left. Barrett Carter's here, but he hasn't had the greatest season. Jack Kaiser makes a lot of sense. Keeping him in Indiana. Let's do that. Okay, and then the Patriots. Oh, they took a corner and I know they took Donovan Jackson. Okay, Here's where we're definitely going to take Emory Jones and just make him a guard. So now your offensive line is solidified, and the Patriots had a great draft. Um, the Cardinals, we've took a linebacker, and we took Princely. I like that. I like that a lot. Took a linebacker. We took Princely, and they didn't have another pick since then, right? No. Okay. So let's go back to the defensive interior. I know a lot of guys are off the board at this point, but I mean, you're still feeling good. We don't gotta force this pick either, because what we can do here, we have 86. So now I think here's where we take that receiver that I was talking about, get some more help. Get a Jalen Royals, a guy that can create a lot of separation, a guy that, yeah, yeah. Torrey Holton's a guy I'm interested in too. 6'3", 185. He's tall, but he's a little skinny, right? Um, same thing. Yeah, let's do Jalen Royals. 6', 205. Yeah, let's do that. He gives you a little bit different dynamic on your offense. Okay. The Niners, they have two picks. Um, the Cardinals still have another pick. The Niners, call me crazy. Do the Niners, with all their running back injuries this year, do they just take a running back here? Like, you know what I mean? Like with the injuries that they sustained on offense this year, do you just take a running back here? I think they might, dog. I think they might. Why wouldn't you? It's a really good class, man. Uh, they like their undrafted guys, so maybe not. But I feel like they should, if I'm being honest with you. Okay. Let's get them some more corner help. Let's look at some safeties too while we're at it. Mm, mm, kind of like that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and again, they have another pick to address um running back. The Rams, they also have two picks. Now, here is where I think I will take a quarterback. Take a Garrett Nussmeier, develop him, could be your guy for the future. Tampa Bay is on the clock now. They've had a pretty good draft. If I remember correctly, I gotta go back. What did we do with them? They took Trey Amos. That's a good pick. And they took James Pierce. Yeah, they had a good draft. They had a good draft. So they took James Pierce and Trey Amos. Ah, do you double dip at corner here? Do you double dip at corner? Tight end. I just, eh. Eli Stovers is still here. Terrence Ferguson's still here. Maybe a little bit of a reach though. Yeah, I think you just gotta take best player available. And you could just, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, let's say Ashton get Gillette and 'cause they have Yaya already there, right? So yeah, so I like that. Let's do that. Okay. And then the Saints, they also could take a quarterback here. They have Spencer Rattler too, though, but like, what are you doing, Spencer Rattler? Quinn Ewers, yeah, yeah, just yeah, just yeah, it's just yeah. You know what? No, let's double dip at edge. Let's do that. The Chargers, they took Colston Loveland and they took. I know they went defensive line, but what? Walter Nolan. Okay, so let's see what edges are still here. Um, Josiah Stewart is still here. Get another Michigan guy. Uh, yeah, let's do that. They want to get that defensive line together. Why not do it with guys he knows and trusts? Okay, and now the Cardinals back on the clock. They've had a pretty good draft. I think here, if you want to take a linebacker, you can. You're feeling good, or you could trade out of this spot altogether. There are some players on the board that I want to get drafted. Sebastian Castro is one of them. Kevin Winston Jr. is one of them. Uh, Corner, not so much. Yeah, that's so this corner. I want to trade up with. Well, the point is, I want the Panthers to kind of trade up here. The Panthers have a lot of draft capital to play with. Where are they? Let's see. Oh, here we go. They have a lot of draft capital to play with. Um, we're gonna give them 138 and 230 to move up. And our defensive line is solidified. We got two edges. We got our defensive interior. Now we can work on this secondary. Xavier Watts is here. Sebastian Castro is here. Kevin Winston Jr. is here. Um, I think I'm gonna go Kevin Winston Jr. So yeah, there we go with that. Okay. Seattle on the clock again. They still have two more picks. Jesus. Um, they also, I guess at this point you could take, like, I just don't like any of these quarterbacks. That's the problem. That's the problem. Even if I want to just take a quarterback to stash and develop, it is the bottom of the third round. I think Miller Moss is going to go back to school and should go back to school. When yours has the upside, I guess. All right, let's do it. Okay, the Ravens. If you're the Ravens, what's stopping you from taking a receiver here? What's stopping you from taking an edge here? What's stopping you from taking Sebastian Castro here? Is he a box safety? Yeah, he might be a box safety. So you already kind of have that in Kyle Hamilton. That's what's stopping you from taking him. Okay. What's stopping you from taking Kyron Lacy and just breaking my freaking heart? What's stopping you from taking Chris Paul or Xavier Watts? I think you take Xavier Watts. Okay. The Texans, let's get them. They've been doing everything what they need to do on the defensive side. We're going to get them some running back help. And the guy I'm going to give them. Oh, do you not like what's stopping you from just taking Ollie Gordy here? What's stopping you from taking Ollie Gordon here? I think the answer is nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and take Ollie Gordon. Seattle still on the freaking clock. I don't think I took a linebacker for them yet. And here you definitely can go ahead and take one. Chris Paul's still on the board, and I think you take Chris Paul. The Steelers. All right, here's where again I think you have to take a receiver, assuming that you don't get uh T. Higgins. Ricky White makes a lot of sense here. 6'1", 190. They want receivers that can block. And Kyron Lacy at 6'2", 213 makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna go ahead and take Kyron Lacy at 91. Okay, Jacksonville. Um, I kind of want to trade out with Jacksonville too. Is there anybody worth trading up for? Um, really do like Ricky White. Dion Burks. He was hurt this year. I wish he wasn't hurt. He would have. Dion Burks is interesting. He could have made himself a lot. Tez Johnson have another great game. He's just very skinny, man. I just very skinny, and it's not like you're gonna want him playing the slot. Bo Collins at 6'3", 202. Bo Collins at 6'3", 202. If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, you just take him. They don't necessarily have that type of receiver on their team now. I think I do that. Okay, Cleveland. Now they did lose what's his name? They traded him who they trade? They traded their other edge rusher to Buffalo, and I forgot about that. So maybe we need to give them some edge help. We can go Quadarius Robinson here. All right, the Eagles. At this rate, you can take a linebacker. It's much more in range. Dante Lawson makes Harold Perkins, I'm also assuming is going back to school because of injuries. Kobe King played well. And so I'm gonna give him some love here and go there. Kansas City. They don't need, they just, I mean, they could trade back. They don't really have draft picks. Yeah, I'm doing it. If I'm Carolina, what's stopping me from just trading up and getting the players that I need? Um, and I just traded up with them to get Kevin Winston Jr. I'm trading up with them again. Now the problem is I could take a receiver here, but I kind of want them to get that defense fixed. And they never took a corner. And like I said, the corner class kind of takes a dip. Denzel Burke here isn't terrible. Decario Davis is interesting. He's a really big corner. I don't know, 6'4", 190. But if you have a nasty defensive line, that might be perfect for what you want. So we're gonna take Decario Davis. Okay, the Jets here. Is here where you take a quarterback for the Jets? No, again, I just don't like that. Go all in. Go all in and try to win. And because we're going all in, did I have him take a tight end yet? I know they didn't take a tight end in the first round. Oh, they took that. Yeah, they took Harold Fanning. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Um, is this where they take Ricky White? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, the Dolphins have back-to-back picks here. And again, they don't need much. Now, here's where you could take a quarterback with what's his name's injury history. Do you want to take a quarterback just to make sure you have a decent backup? Will Howard is trash in my opinion. No, no offense, but Will Howard is trash in my opinion. Shout out Curtis Rourke. Again, I'm assuming Miller Moss is coming back to school. Otherwise, I would take him here. Riley Leonard. I guess he could be a decent backup. So yeah, you take him here. And then they can take Gunnar Helm. They have been using their tight ends a lot more lately. So let's do that. All right, San Francisco's back on the clock again. Them and the Rams, bro, they just be stacking picks, dude. Um, and I never took that running back for them. No, I didn't. So I think I gotta take one here. So we're gonna take Dylan Sampson here. Okay, the Rams. We took their quarterback of the future. We took. Did we take a corner yet? What have we done for the Rams? I'm sorry, that's the one thing I don't like about PFF. Unlike other, like every other draft simulator, like shows you the picks, so you don't have to waste time doing this. And now I can't even find them. What did I do for them? They took Cameron Williams in the first. LA, 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 LA. Come on. Took Garrett Musmeyer. Okay, so we haven't gone corner for them yet. Okay, so let's go corner. And I think Denzel Burke here makes sense. I know he had a bad like second half of the year, but like he's still a good corner. He was supposed to be a first round pick. Getting him at a pick 100 is really good. Oh, okay. So then the last pick of the draft, the Minnesota Vikings, they didn't have a second or third round pick if I remember. So I think they have to go corner here because we took a running back in the first round. Question, and you could take Dorian Strong. Who else is here? Quincy Riley's still here. Tony Grimes is still here. Jason Marshall's still here. Oh, Davidson Igbinosun is here. Yeah, see, PFFP wilding. I'm taking Davidson Igbinosun. And that is the draft. Okay. Uh, Unfortunately, the way PFF works, I'm not gonna be able to recap what we did in the second and third round. I don't think. I think it's just gonna show. Yeah, it's just gonna show the first round. But yeah, that's the draft. You can follow me at and never forget me as NEVA underscore the number four BRETT underscore ME on all the socials. We are the underscore dope blog on Instagram and Twitter. No, I'm sorry, and Threads, where the dope blog all one word on Twitter. We are the dope dot blog. That's our website. And because you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And join us next time as we continue to discuss other people's excellence. Deuces, love y'all. Enjoy the college football playoffs. It's going to be fun. Enjoy the rest of the NFL season. We'll be back when the NFL regular season ends. I'll probably be the next time we do the mock draft. So enjoy this, man. Y'all have a good one. Happy holidays, by the way. Happy holidays. I hope you guys doing well. And yeah, deuces. Love you.